Good, good day, everybody. My name is Tina Ntulo, and I am the founder for the Malachite Center. Today, we want to talk about building resilience at the workplace. And those of you who work in the workplace are going to begin to hear the words BANI. That is an acronym for brittle, anxious, non-linear, and incomprehensible. And the world in which we are going to is changing and changing rapidly. And one of the things that business leaders and those who kind of speak into these things have begun to predict is that, and which we're actually seeing in everyday life, is that there's going to be a lot more brittleness in the way the world functions, as in the structures and systems that used to be able to hold the way we do things, the common way of doing things, are not going to feel as strong anymore, and we're going to see an increase in breaking down of issues. And this, of course, can leave people a little anxious. But also, anxious stands for the fact that we now live in a world where there's so much information. You've just grabbed the leadership book and there's another one along the way. You've just done a course and there's a new skill along the way. There's a lot of prediction and a lot of analysis of how things are taking place. And so you will find that there is going to be a sense of, do I really know where I am, what I'm doing, and a sense of feeling lost in the myriad of information that's coming our way. Then N stands for non-linear, which is the way in which we used to make decisions is going to change, because there's going to be reduced predictability of results. So before we used to say 1 + 1 = 2. Well, in the world we are going to, 1 + 1 has too many alternatives. And so we are going to need to have to learn how to make decisions in a different way. And then the last one is the incomprehensible. If you're not able to master the brittle, the anxious, and the non-linear, then we're going to find ourselves in a world where things become increasingly complex. So the BANI world that we are moving into, or that we are in, is definitely going to have an impact on us and our mental health, as organizations restructure, as jobs change, as some positions become irrelevant in the workplace, as AI kicks in, and those who have limited computer skills begin to feel like they're either left out or have a shrinking workspace. And also, just as market trends change, people's consumer preferences and all of that. So today we want to talk about how are you going to build your mental muscle to be able to navigate a BANI world. And with me is an amazing professional coach, Ms. Christine Mugera, who's going to first introduce herself and then tell us a little bit more about the subject.
Everybody, my name is Christine Mugera. I am a professional coach, but I'm also a professional financial services provider. I've been that for over 20 years, yikes. And
so having worked in the financial sector, providing services to a wide range of clientele, but also the professional coach, what are some of the tips you can give us towards having building resilience as we navigate this BANI world?
Yeah, it's good to be here. Good to have this discussion with you, Tina, especially around resilience. Picking on from your BANI explanation, we're finding the workplace, or just the working environment, is so high-strung these days. And there's a tendency there's so much tension and people are just snapping. But I'm glad that we're talking about being resilient in this just working environment today, whether you're running your own business, whether you're corporate, whether you're in government.
We do a lot of, conventional coaching has always emphasize the role of personality testing and building or helping you with your own self-awareness. To what extent is that going to be helpful or limiting in the world that we are going to right now?
Can help highlight. They're not necessarily cast in stone, so I wouldn't put yourself in that box that they've identified you, but they can help bring to light some of the areas that you probably are like, oh, I didn't know about this about myself, So I think those tools and personality tests can help. But the other thing is also to surround yourself with people who can also be honest with you, right? To tell you your areas of development. So the test is a tool, yes, you can bounce it off somebody who can say, actually, I'm seeing that with you. And maybe they can help you better yourself, to know yourself, right? Know your limits, know your boundaries, know what makes you tick. Just get to be aware of who you are as a person, such that you can know how to also navigate and manage yourself in this high-strung environment. Whether we talked about being non-linear, things are moving so fast. Can you pivot quickly? If not, develop that skill of pivoting quickly. Just know your shortfalls, your short gaps, and your development areas, and work on them. Find a coach, find a mentor, talk to people, but know yourself and know how you will respond in this bunny world. Yes.
I think where we are going, we need to think about personality testing as a baseline. Just because I'm introverted doesn't mean I can't learn outgoing skills.
Correct.
Just because I am very routine in my life doesn't mean I can't loosen up and learn to go with the flow. By the way, not going with the flow, but living in ambiguity means that you cannot always have all your ducks in a row in the family. So instead of having 10 ducks in a row, be comfortable with 2 ducks in a row and see how it goes, and then also some people just need a lot of logic to make decisions, and maybe this is a time when you now learn that 30%, 40% information is better than nothing.
Line things is intentionality. You've got to be intentional and determined and focused in terms of this is where I want to go. So just have a plan.
Have a plan. Have a plan.
Where it's now more about skills based and no longer role based. If you're good at something, you should be able to pivot very quickly. I'm a perfect example. My undergrad is in IT. I'm not in IT anymore. I'm in banking and in relationship management in banking. So I'm seeing that more and more. In terms of having a plan, you should also be able to pivot very quickly and not let it get you down, but keep fighting for this is where I want to go, and just go with the flow. Pivot, but make sure you have a direction in terms of where you're going.
I like that. I like the fact that you've been able to move from IT into banking, into relationship management, into coaching. And that's an example of a person who's just being agile to be able to navigate through different spaces. I, on the other hand, have been a mental health worker all my life, but special ed, women affected by violence, working them with severe mental disorders, setting up not setting up but supporting an organization scale its counseling service, and now he is setting up a whole new center that's going to do a lot of more other things. So and really it's about understanding where is the market right now, what do people need. So even if it's the same career, you can still be able to grow and expand with that.
Surrounding yourself with the right people. You don't want a painter doing your plumbing, right? Just know who it is who's going to take you to the next level, from whether it's a prayer circle or prayer partners, whether it's a mentor who has gone before you in the direction you want to go, who can willingly give you advice, where you're maybe stuck and you need a coach, a professional coach who can help you get over the line. Friends are also very important, because life is hard. Sometimes it doesn't need to be too serious, but you also have to have fun as you're getting to where you're going. So just surrounding yourself with the right people, the right cheerleaders, yourself being your biggest, but you need cheerleaders and support systems around you to get to the next level. So you need to surround yourself with people who will tell you not to give up, which is what resilience is, not giving up. So you need people behind you who will keep that resounding reminder in you to keep going. The job is hard. Okay, get back in the ring. Round 10, you can go up to 100 rounds. Just get back in the ring. And I think sometimes our voices can beat us down, but we need to be surrounded by voices who will tell us to get back in the ring and keep going at it.
Fall 7 times. A righteous man falls 7 times. 7 times he gets up. And I think also that prayer circle is also very important, because we all live and exist for something, someone higher than ourselves, and making sure that you have that confidence of being cradled in somebody who is higher than you, is also very important. And that group of friends who can pray for you when you can't pray for yourself.
True, and who can call you out when you think that you're getting bigger than this higher person.
Yeah.
You need that person who will tell you, hey, calm down, focus, you are not God.
Yeah.
Someone who can clip your wings, and also someone who can keep you realistically within your realm of achieving what it is you want to achieve.
Yeah. Amazing. So we are summarizing this: get the workplace that build resilience, invest in knowing yourself, invest in a plan, and invest in your social circle. Thank you very much, Christine.
Thanks, Tina.